What's up guys, Zertus Gaming here, back with another AFK Journey video. So today I'm going to share to you a team that I have made especially for those players who are F2P, casual, or just beginning to play the game. The reason why I made this team is that for most of us, we don't have unlimited resources to build several units, several specialized units in this game. And so the question that I have asked is there a possibility, is there a way for me to play the game using the least units possible? And actually, I would say there is. And so I'm going to share this 5-unit team with you guys. And I think the team that I'm going to share to you is you can use this for most of the contents in the game. Probably not in the higher ranks, but definitely still enough to be quite competitive. So I would say this team is what you call the jack of all trades, but a master of none. So this team is composed of Thorin, Odie, Coco, Smokey, and maybe a surprise to most of you here, Florabelle. So you have here one tank, two supports, and then one main damage dealer, and one offensive tank. So let's start off with, so you know the drill between Thorin, Odie, Coco, and Smokey. So Thorin, one of your best tanks, is able to support your backline, is able to survive or revive 3 times, especially at Mythic Plus, and would be able to debuff the unit that he is currently attacking, as well as deal damage, especially if enemy units are focusing on him. So there are several times in Arena that Thorin just completely wiped out my whole team. Okay, that's how powerful Thorin is. Second one, Odie, your main damage dealer. No introductions needed here. He has a very unique ultimate and has an insta-kill ability, which is very useful in both PvP and PvE. Now for Dream Realm, he's one of the highest damage dealers, if not currently the highest damage dealer in Dream Realm, because of the poison stacking. Now once you'd be able to secure magic charms for him, that poison stacking would increase by a lot. Second, you have Coco. So Coco provides a damage reduction buff, an attack buff, and life drain when she is using her ult. And not many actually know this, but Coco also provides a decent debuff. She increases the damage taken by a unit by about 13%. And if you make Coco Mythic Plus, she would be able to cast a shield on top of the damage reduction. And she also does a minor buff once she reaches Supreme Plus. Then the fourth one, you have Smokey. And now Smokey provides an attack buff, a haste buff, and also healing, obviously, within that aura of his. And at Mythic Plus, he's able to do damage as well. It reduces or decreases the HP of a unit, I believe, in my case, at 14% per second. And at Supreme Plus, his heals would increase dramatically. Now, his Supreme Plus skill, similar to that of Brutus, would be affected by skill charms as well. So his heals would not only increase by 30%, but another 45% once you have ultimate power stats on his magic charms. Now, I would say the unit that I would say most people do not expect to be part of this team is Florabelle. Now, I have been experimenting with Florabelle, and amongst all of the units that I would replace her with, she is the best unit for that specific slot, I would say. All right, because Florabelle, in terms of her skills, some say she's quite similar to that of Cecilia, but I would beg to differ. I think her skill set is much more superior to Cecilia. So first off, her summons. She's able to bring 3 more bodies into the battlefield. Bringing those three additional units in the battlefield, in a way, makes her an offensive tank because those units would actually distract the enemy units. So therefore, if you bring her to the game, she's actually somewhat controlling the enemy units, because instead of the enemy units focusing on your main ones, they are trying to kill the summoned units. Now, this is also very helpful in Dream Realm, specifically in Snow Stomper and the Alpha Bear. I believe in Lone Geese as well. I haven't tried her there yet, but I think she would also excel there. Um, and then she also provides some sort of um, controlling as well, because she is, when she casts the ultimate, she also knocks back the enemies. So I would say that she would be the best slot for this, for the fifth slot of my team. Right, so I'm going to show this to you guys, a typical AFK stage. And there's like a huge deficit between the enemy team and my team. It's like almost twice. I'm at 234, they at 461, and resonance levels at 69, and I'm only at 300. So let's fight this one, and let me just slow down this a little bit. Okay. Yes, so Sylvina targeted Thorin here. So Thorin died. And instead of Sylvina attacking one of my main units and used her ultimate there, she actually targeted one of the summoned units. So that's why I like this team, because those summoned units act some sort of a health or meat shield. No, that's the term, meat shield. And yeah, I was able to clear this one quite easily. So now we're going to look at gameplay footage on where I used this team against the Alpha Bear. Right, so let's just play this one. Alright, so a Florabelle here is a quite important unit because she's summoning those three bodies in the battlefield. Now, those three bodies actually would spread out the honey bear's honey, and so it would provide me enough time to damage the boss, so I won't be insta-killed. Because the mechanism of the boss here is that once most of your units would be honeyed, he would be able to one-shot most of your units. But because of Florabelle, that honey is being spread out, and as you would see later, Florabelle is one of those units that would actually survive this onslaught because of the units that she has summoned. So I would say a very, very powerful unit. So that's what, 10.1 billion. So currently my highest damage dealt in that boss is 12.2 billion. If I did 10.14 billion, I would still be number 4. Right, so I was hoping to show you gameplay in Supreme Arena because I believe that team that I have suggested is quite competitive and be able to defeat some teams there. The only content I believe that you'd have difficulty bringing my team into is the normal arena, the non-seasonal one. Because, for example, in my case, people in my server, especially in the higher ranks, are using Scarlita, the control teams, and definitely if you bring my team against against those teams, you would definitely lose like 100%. So, however, for Supreme Arena and probably lower ranks of non-seasonal arena, you could probably use the team that I've recommended. Again, the whole point of this video is not to really make the best team out there, but the most versatile, multifunctional team if ever you are on a budget. So that's about it from me, guys. Thank you so much. I hope you have learned something from this video. And if you did, please do like, subscribe, and comment below. You all have a good one. Zertus Gaming out.